Good afternoon, everyone. Today is Tuesday of week 49, the first week of December, and the first video of December. And I didn't have anything to do today. It's not particularly warm. It's about 50 degrees out here. It got real cold last night, down to around freezing. But anyways, I was just a little restless today, and I didn't have anything to do, so I decided I would get out around the house and flip some rocks and logs and see if I can turn up some salamanders and maybe even a snake. So let's see how this goes. Worms. Alright guys, first herp that I've seen so far today, this guy right here is a little eastern newt. So it's kind of weird to see this guy under a rock so far from water, mostly because newts have a really unusual lifestyle. The adults spend most of their time in the water breeding, and I'm sure even if I were to walk around at night this time of year I could find adults in the water. But it's usually the teenage newts that you see under logs like this, the really colorful eft phase. And as you can see, this guy isn't exactly colorful. He's dull brown like the adults. So, pretty interesting. What's probably going on here is that this is a transitional phase. This guy is an eft that's slowly turning into the adult phase. But what's really weird to me is he appears like, he almost looks like he's crawled out of the water and is coming to the land. Just based on his skin texture and how like wet it looks. I don't know, really strange salamanders with a really complex, probably one of the more complex life cycles of any of the amphibians we have here. So anyways, I'm gonna put this guy back under his rock and keep flipping, see what else I can find. All right, buddy. There we go, northern slimy salamander. Alright guys, this is the third species of slimy salamander that I've turned up this, well, not this week, but over the past couple of weeks. The northern slimy, this is the species that's most common and probably the most widespread throughout the state of Georgia. What a good looking salamander. Anyways, nice to see one of these guys. This is kind of something I was hoping to get a couple photos of today, so I'm happy with it. I'm going to go flip a couple more rocks, but it's starting to, the light's starting to get pretty crappy out here. Because the days are so short here in the winter time. So anyway, it's going to go turn a couple more rocks, put this guy back where I found him, and might call it a day here soon. If I don't see much else today, which I'm probably not going to, I'm probably going out tomorrow to look for salamanders in a different area. It's a good looking little lizard. That is a little brown skink. And he looks like he's pretty cold too, because normally they run off pretty fast. He's cold, but he's definitely active. Good looking lizard. These guys are real common, but you always appreciate common stuff more when it's cold outside, so put him back under his rock. Scorpions. Watch where you put your fingers when you're flipping rocks. There we go, first snake of December. That is a red-bellied snake. Hanging out right there. Heck yeah. I was not expecting to see a snake today, but I was hoping I would, so that's awesome. I'm going to get a couple quick in situ photos and then we'll get a better look at him. So red-bellied snakes come in a lot of variations, but this is probably the most common one I see around here. They can be solid black, they can be this kind of orangish color, or they can be black with an orange stripe, and anywhere in between all those pretty much. So really variable and good looking snakes. They eat a lot of slugs and other invertebrates, so nice to have around the yard if you don't want bugs. So as you can see, this is a pretty typically sized adult. They're a pretty small species of snake. You've seen them quite a few times in my other videos probably, so not too much to say about these guys. Let me see if I can flip them over for you. They're named for that pretty red belly they have. Anyways, gonna put this guy back under his rock and maybe I'll turn up something else. There's the second slimy salamander of the day. He does not have much of a tail. That's pretty cool. Those are hatched snake eggs from this past season. Probably ringneck if I had to guess, based on how elongated they are. That's kind of random. That is a two-line salamander right there. I found a lot of these guys over the last couple weeks, but it's kind of weird to see one this far from water and in my backyard. I don't see a lot of them here unless I go down to the road, or like I'm literally in my backyard. My house is right up there. So pretty cool. And as you can see, We're just kind of on a hillside. There's a creek down at the bottom of the hill, like maybe a half a mile that way. But this little male is pretty far from where he should be if he's looking to breed right now. So, alright guys, I think that is going to be it for today. It was surprisingly productive. I mean, we found a snake and a couple different species of salamanders and lizards, so pretty good, especially for how cold it has been. Anyways, tomorrow is going to be a little bit warmer. It's supposed to be about 62 degrees, which in my opinion is the perfect weather to go hiking. So I'm going to get out tomorrow, maybe try to find some salamanders and maybe even some more snakes if we're lucky. So I'll see you guys then. What is up, guys? Today is Wednesday of whatever week it is now, first week of December. And I didn't plan very well. I said I was going to go out today, and I'm out. But the spot that I was planning on hitting was closed, and I had to improvise. So Caitlin and I are out here walking along the Chattahoochee River here in Metro Atlanta. And we're gonna see if we can turn up any snakes or salamanders or anything of interest. So it's decently warm today. It's in the 60s, so it's about 62 degrees I think right now, and nice and sunny. So maybe there'll be some snakes out. In worst case, hopefully we can turn up some amphibians. So we'll see how this goes. Really nice sunny rock outcrop right here, but no snakes. The first sign of reptile or amphibian life we've seen all day. Green anole out basking. It's nice to see him on the surface rather than being tucked up under a rock, so maybe there's hope for the rest of the day. We'll see. Our second form of herp life all day. Another anole. So these guys are out and very cold. As you can see, he hasn't really moved much at all since I walked up to him. So a newt. I thought it was another anole when I flipped him at first because he's so brown. This guy's actually got some decent color on his belly though. Nice. Some habitat. This will fill up with water here when it rains, or whenever it starts raining for the winter. And he'll probably breed here, so nice. So we flipped this board. I didn't see anything at first, but then if you pan down it, there's a female marbled salamander with eggs and a nice little hole underneath the board. So we'll be able to put this right back pretty perfectly, and she'll be able to guard those eggs. The water is getting pretty close to her. It's right there. And she's right here, so hopefully it's not too long before her babies can hatch. Here's our next marbled salamander of the day. This is a really strange looking one. It's huge. That is a very big marbled salamander. It looks like a female, but there's no eggs down there, so we're gonna wash her off and get a better look at her. Alright, I got the video light out for you guys so you can see her a little better. Actually, I think this might be just a gigantic old male. I'm not really sure. Definitely a strange looking marbled salamander though. One of the weirdest I've ever seen. Really strange looking salamander. Anyways, that makes coming out today definitely worth it to see this weird looking guy. So we're going to let him go and maybe flip another salamander or two before the sun starts going behind the trees. So, alright guys, I'm currently headed out to get something to eat and head home. It was a pretty successful day. Yesterday combined with today was, you know, decent for the week. I'm going to try to get out again this week and make another video, but I'm going to go ahead and upload this by itself because it was a decent couple of days, and I'm not sure if it's going to get any better than this week. But if it does, I'll put out a second video. Anyways, thanks for watching, and I will see you guys next week.